Hello. So today we'll have a short video as per how to create your first query, i.e. looking for items to list and locating them on Amazon and choose how to and what to list. Okay, so we're on our dashboard. You can access the queries and the option to search for item either from here, from the dashboard, or from here. So I'm at queries page right now. As you can see here, I have a few queries that were already created. You can see that you have these red marks when you're searching without competition, and the green ones when the competition is found on eBay. Here you will see the number of products found in the search. You will see some details of the search, condition, number of ASINs, or if there is a different method, the name that you gave for it, and whether you wanted to use variations or not. And here you have the data about the timestamp and some other things, or run status and stuff. Okay, so let's create our first query. So here we need to give it a name. I'll just call it test of today. Now, you can either search by category, by ASINs, or by search link. If you're choosing a search link, then you'll just need to take from Amazon a general search link of a group of items or an item and to search for it. You can choose with competition or ignore competition, which are two different strategies that we'll discuss in another video. You can choose with variations and without variations. This might be important when you have limitation on number of items on your limits on the eBay account. But for example, when listing on Bonanza or Wish, when you don't have any limitations, or on Amazon, then you might choose to use yes, I want variations. It's your choice. So we can search either by category also. Now by searching by category, you actually have here the tree of categories of Amazon, which I can type now, let's say toy, and I will get everything with the word toy in it. So let's say I'm looking for puzzles, and I want a range of prices, and I want toy for fun. Toys for fun, for example. And I can run it now. This is too narrow. Let's do something which will be a bit more extend. Okay, so we have it here, and now I can, when I'm pressing save, it will actually go into processing in progress, and now the system will start and run and collect these items. Let's do another example. Let's say I'm going into Amazon.com. Now on Amazon.com, now I can do a search here. For example, let's say cool. I want to search for something cool. And here I can go and search, let's say maybe I want only items with 4 stars and above. I want grown-ups and gang. So I have here like 129 results. I can even narrow it a bit more, maybe to choose only under $25, and I have 105. I can ask for under $15. It doesn't matter. It depends on your strategy, whether you want cheap items, more expensive items. It doesn't really matter. I'm just doing here this as an example of what to choose. Okay, so I got 71 results. Now I'm taking the link as it is and changing here to search by link. Let's say that I don't want variations, but I want to see the competition, and I will do test by link with the date of today. Okay, and we do save. Now another option is actually to go and collect ASINs of items that you're interested in, and just create a listing, a query by ASIN. So you go in here, and here you can add a list of ASINs, either one by one with a comma in between or just a space. It's your choice, it doesn't matter. And there are many tools of how to collect ASINs, like basically to harvest them and just collect them from different places by category, by rating, by many other things. So we have here now test by ASIN, and let's do that. And this one will be also running. Okay, so now we have this running. So we have the first one that we did, but we can go now, let's say, into this one that we have competition on, that this was a search that was done by someone with 96 ASINs. It got basically 119 results, and when pressing on the results here, you will see first all the information of the items that were collected. So this one was a search with variations, so you'll see here the size, you'll see here the color, the ASIN, which is the parent ASIN. By pressing on it, I'm actually going into Amazon, and I can see the item on Amazon. Those are wigs, as you can see. Okay, so that's the item. This is this item, and you can see here, by the way, that you have the source price and you have the listing price with profit 0. The reason is that we still didn't decide what to do with these items. So the system is taking the source price, which is on Amazon as it is, and just adding to it our initial costs, which is the eBay final value fees and the PayPal fees and whatever other fees that we added, and that's it. After we will filter it, we'll actually, and add our profit, we'll actually see the actual profit that we're looking for, and we can search for. So here on this, we can either go here, choose to which marketplace I want to list, and then choose the range of prices. You can have here the range of prices on source, the profit that you're looking for, the sell rank on Amazon. Here you have an explanation about the sell ranks. If you want items with competition or without competition, if you want items with UPC or without UPC. Each one of them is a different strategy of which items to list. And you want to ignore competition price, you don't want to ignore competition price, you want with variations or without variations. Also, you have a tool here on the right, which makes this easy, and it just takes you and creating for you the basic required parameters in order to actually create the first query. So it filled for me here between 7 to 10%, $10 to $100 for eBay. I'm looking for all items, I'm looking with competition and everything, and then I will do a search here and I will get the results. Now you can see I'm getting less results. Probably some of them are not profitable or out of stock or something, but what you can see here is that we have here the profit and the difference between the source and the target, and you can see it all along. Now let's choose only with competition. Let's see if we'll get any results. Okay, so we got one item that has a competition, and basically if you press here on the right, you will see the competition. You will be able to actually go and see the competition on eBay and see how is it listed, if they change the items, if they change the pictures, or currently sold out. So it's a competition, but it doesn't exist right now as it is. And also on the competition here, that for some reason we don't see the picture. This is probably why we don't have a picture, because there is a competition but it's sold out. Okay, Here on the source, we can actually open and see all the images, and we can decide to remove some of the images or leave some of the images, whatever we want. And now at this stage, we can either change the parameters again, but let's leave it with one item only. I can do now create target listing. I will call it test 1. Now I need to choose to which of the stores on eBay here I want to list. As you can see here, we have for each store, you have the item usage and the amount usage. So you'll see which stores are filled. But let's say that one store is almost full and the other one is not. So by the order that you click on it, it will basically fill the store. So if the first store, let's say by store 11, will become full, then the other store will be filled right after. Here you can choose the quantity, the handling time. I'm usually choosing 3 days, but you can choose whatever you want. I usually choose 60-day for return policy. And here you can choose whether with global shipping or without. So if choosing global shipping, then you will probably get maybe 10-15% more sales, but you need to make sure that you're opt into global shipping. And also here, choose to list as variations or without variation or as separate items. And the difference is that you get in a higher reach. Okay, so I'm creating now. Okay, so I just created the listing. Now I just moved here. And okay, this item was already listed, so it was removed from me as a duplicate. So we're not allowing duplicates on the same account. The reason is that you're not allowed duplicates on accounts by eBay, and it can be a violation. So we're protecting you from this. But let's look here on those results. So we have your other results, and we see that some of them are being listed. Okay, so some of them are completed, some of them are updating, but we see that we have some that were failed. So we have here this one. These items were without a description. This is another problem by SQ after waiting for lock. So this one I can just retry again. It might be listed. This one is right now updating. There are different reasons here. You can export everything and analyze. You see here we have a Vero system that's protecting us with the word eBooth, probably some kind of a brand. So we're not allowing these items to be listed. And here description is required for some reason. And this is basically, as you can see, was the whole process from query to listing. By the way, on these items which are already listed, if you press here, we'll actually go into our own store to see how the item is listed. With all the parameters and everything. That's all for now.